Former Arkansas governor and former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. Great to see you tonight, sir. I want to talk to you first about some of these taxes that Hillary mentioned, especially against the energy industry. 16.4 cents per barrel of crude, $900 per ton of methane, $1.10 per billion of underground coal. You know, this is essentially taxing the fossil fuel industry, which is going to get passed on the consumer. So any kind of relief that we've seen at the pump is going to start to creep back in. And then if you want to invest and get the subsidies on the green energy side, well, you need to be able to make that capital investment. So you explain to me how the average American is going to benefit from this when it comes to energy.
Well, they're not. That's just the harsh reality of this, Jackie. Breaking news, by the way, Joe Manchin is reportedly going to go into the federal witness protection program because if he tries to go back to West Virginia, having voted for nothing more than a direct assault on the energy industry that his state really desperately needs, I don't wish him well. There's going to be pies a-flying in the face of Joe Manchin in West Virginia.
Yeah.
This is insane. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense, Jackie. They say, well, all you got to do is go out and buy an electric car or put solar panels on your roof. And there are people scratching their heads and saying, I barely could pay my rent this month. You're going to give me $15 off on a $15,000 solar panel? Thank you. Gee,
Right.
How generous.
Thank you, but I can't do it. And it's not. It doesn't just end there, right? When it comes to taxes to pay for this on corporations as well, you know, when you raise taxes on corporations and their costs go up, essentially their bottom line is not the same. They pass those costs on to the consumer. So I'm just trying to get at all the ways, just so people understand how this is going to come back to the average American. If consumers continue to pass higher costs on, that is how we don't get out of this inflation quandary that we're in.
Right now, the average American is going to pay $717 more per American each month because of inflation. So if you're not making $718 a month more in salary than you made last month, you're losing ground.
Yeah.
And people understand this. So here's what we have to recognize. This was never about inflation reduction. Joe Biden, when he signed it, made it very clear this is a climate change bill. But the real climate that's about to be changed is the economic climate for every working class American. It's going to be raining down on them real hard.
Yeah, you mentioned Joe Manchin earlier, and he said that he wouldn't sign off on any bill that increased inflation. But we're going through all the ways, Governor, that we are going to see this increase inflation, at least over the short term. So if you're an average American and you're spending more on your energy costs and you're, paying more for things that the corporations have raised their prices on because they're getting taxed, and then add to this the IRS audits, the president stood up today and said once again, if you're an average American or you're an American making less than $400,000 in this country, your taxes aren't going to go up. When you combine all these things and the added IRS tax audits and the fines that people will pay and the costs associated with that, how can he make that claim and make it to the American people with a straight face?
Well, Jackie, you just add what he said about how it's going to be such a wonderful thing. It won't add inflation, won't add taxes. Stack that up against the border is secure. We made a graceful exit out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Our cities are safe and nobody's getting hurt. And, the tooth fairy actually is a real thing and puts money under your pillow when you put a tooth down there. Anybody that believes this at this point, I don't even feel sorry for them anymore.
Yeah.
They deserve to get suckered because they are.
I hear you. And there are so many people out there, Governor, who say, that they have not seen this level of economic destruction in 18 months in such a short period of time. And that they're essentially counting down to the midterms, hoping that American people will wise up and there will be indeed a red wave to at least be able to block some of these measures going forward.
Well, there's got to be. And I hope people understand that President Obama said something that was absolutely 100% true. 2 years ago, he said, elections have consequences. And boy, do they ever. The 2020 election has had some real consequences to American families. They're feeling it. And if they don't go out and vote in November and put some conservatives and Republicans in power, and not pretend conservatives, but real ones, then we're going to be in an even greater world of hurt. That's why these midterm elections should be the 100% sole focus of Republicans between now and November. And they need to remind the American public that if you want to see your paycheck get lower, your costs go higher, Keep Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden running things. If you want to change that, then you have a chance, but you've got to go vote Republican in November.
If I had a dime, Governor, for every single person in the last election cycle who said to me, well, I can't vote for Trump, I don't want to, so I'm just going to vote for Biden, and they, blanket cast a vote without really being informed, without really understanding, those same people are coming back to me and saying, what? IRS audits? Inflation? Where did this all come from? I said, you had to, read the fine print. It was all in there. What say you?
Yeah, this isn't a surprise. It's not a surprise. Joe Biden said from the beginning that he was going to destroy the fossil fuel industry, that he was going to make it so that people paid more for their energy so that they would be forced into getting rid of their gas cars and be forced into electric cars. What he didn't explain was how people who can't afford the car they have, how they're supposed to go out and buy a $70,000 new electric car. And here's something else. They tell us, cut your use of air conditioning down. Now, here's what I'd love for them to answer. Isn't it the same electricity that runs my air conditioning that will run my electric car?
Yes, sir,
So
it
how come
is.
the
Thank
electricity
you.
that runs the electric car, it's all good.
Right.
But if it runs my air conditioning and keeps me from sweating down to my socks, then somehow that's evil and bad.
Right. And electricity comes from coal, it comes from nuclear, it comes from natural gas, it comes from fossil fuels. Mike Huckabee, thank you so much for making that point. Always great to see you.